Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, say.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, hello everyone. I hope all of you are doing very great. And once again, I welcome all of you on behalf of IIT Pune chapter, Buds Engineering Academy, and Civic Incubation Center for our session on AI/ML for Internet of Things workshop. So, again, today we will be having two speakers who will grace the session and will simplify the concepts of AI/ML and IoT. Very first, it gives me pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Ms. Sujata Gaikwad ma'am, who is currently working as assistant professor at Newton College of Engineering, Pune. Just a brief introduction about herself. She is an IoT and embedded engineer with a passion of innovation and technology. She has immersed herself in the world of IoT and has had in the opportunity to work on various exciting projects. Being a hands-on enthusiast, she has extensively worked on both Arduino and Raspberry Pi projects, exploring their capabilities to create innovative solutions. Overall, her core expertise lies in communication protocol for IoT device. She has had a great experience in designing and implementing efficient communication protocols that play a pivotal role in ensuring the smooth functioning of IoT ecosystem. Apart from that, she has a great understanding of how sensors gather data and contribute to the overall intelligence of IoT system. She has been on this captivating journey. Moving on, she always pushes her boundaries of what IoT can achieve, and she has ventured into machine learning for IoT. So, with this, ma'am, we welcome you, and I request you to please come up on the virtual dais and take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Um, actually, I think my camera is not working, so I can switch it on. Can you see?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No
Hello?
issue. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am, you're audible.
You are
Yeah,
audible.
yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sujata, and today I'm going to explain, or I'm going to take this session on
Uh, yeah, your voice is breaking, ma'am. Yeah, your voice is getting break. Yeah, I think some technical issue is with Sujata, ma'am. Uh, Let us
Yes, sir.
wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, Sujata, ma'am, we are unable to hear you. Can you hear me? Yes, Sujata, ma'am. Uh, 1 minute, I think we call. Uh, just
Sir, ma'am has rejoined, sir. Hello, Sujata ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Yes, ma'am, you're audible now.
Yeah, yeah. Just a second. I think it is not possible to share the screen. I'm trying. Can you see the screen?
uh, uh,
Not yet, ma'am.
once again, you can share your screen.
Is it?
side.
Yes, I think yeah, Sujata ma'am is already joined, but she's, ma'am, unmute yourself. Yeah, I think ma'am is in the meeting, but she might be having some technical issue. Let us, ma'am, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, ma'am, you're audible now.
you are
It,
audible now. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, is my screen is I have shared the screen. Can you see the screen?
Uh,
No, ma'am, the screen isn't visible.
PPT is invisible.
not, yeah, yeah, not yet.
Just a second.
Yeah, yeah. I think some technical issue with the ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Actually,
Ah,
I'm sharing the screen, but that screen it is not shared. It is not been
okay.
shared.
Yeah, you go ahead. Otherwise, without screen, also no issue. Meantime,
Just 1 minute. I'll try once again. If it is not working, then we will. I'll
okay.
continue with the just audible. We'll go with the audio part.
Yeah, okay, 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 okay.
What can I? Is the presentation now? I have shared.
Uh, Actually, there is a one arrow button is there, no, down. You can put it that button, no, arrow button, and share entire screen.
Yeah, I have done the entire screen only.
Entire screen only.
No, ma'am,
Okay.
it's still not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Ma'am, I'll make you the co-host once again.
Yeah, please. Might be there is a.
Yes, ma'am, I've made you the co-host now from the second account that you've joined.
Still, you cannot see the screen.
No, ma'am.
Okay, now is it
Yeah,
visible?
yeah, yeah. Screen is visible now. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'll go with the camera part then.
yeah. You can just you can share the your PPTs later. We'll pass to the participants. Yeah,
Yes.
you go ahead, ma'am. Yeah, you go ahead.
Now we will start with the data acquisition system.
Okay.
Data acquisition system that is nothing but acquisition means what? It is collecting the data. So, hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Data acquisition system that is nothing but the but collecting of data. In that, in what we do is in that the data that is processed means what happens, the physical data is converted into digital form. That is nothing but data acquisition system. Okay, it is it is a system that collects, stores and distributes the information. Means what we have to do in data acquisition system, we have to convert a particular signal into some other signal so that we can use it for our computer processing. Now we all know that computer they always require the digital data. So in order to process that data into digital form, we are using the data acquisition system. Now you can see The I have share in my PPT. You can see that there is one diagram. It includes a signal conditioning and ADC. So the first part of a data acquisition system is nothing but the sensor. So I hope everyone knows what a sensor is, what actually sensors do, and what is the actual output of the sensors. There are different types of sensors: analog, digital sensors. So first part is the sensor, that is, it accepts the physical data and it transforms it, or it divides it into an electrical form. Then after that, a conditioning is there, that is, some processing is done on that signal so that it can be used for our devices, for that devices that are used for storage, for data mining, and etc. and so on. So that is nothing but signal condition. And after that, one more block is there, that is ADC, that is analog to digital converter. That means if our data, whatever the output is there, if we need the digital data, then we convert it into digital form. But if you need it in analog form, we are using the data as it is. We don't convert it into ADC form. So, it is used in industrial and commercial electronics and environmental scientific equipments to capture electrical signals or environmental condition computer devices. So, this data acquisition system, it is widely used. It is used in all industries, even in commercial, even in we can say when we are doing engineering projects, we have to convert this into digital form in order to get the output. So now next is there data acquisition system. What it consists of? It consists of sensors, then signal conditioning and data conversion. Okay, so since after that, what it does is it processes the data, it do multiplexing, then handling, data handling is there, and then transmission is done to the particular devices. So now I just want to ask everyone about IoT. What do you know about IoT? What is IoT? This session is mostly about data acquisition and sensor network in IoT. Of course, it is related further. It is related to artificial intelligence and machine learning. But before that, we'll go with IoT. So, what is IoT is, if there is some process or any work is done at place A, the output or the data or of that project has to be sent to place B without any wired network. Okay, so it has to be go, or it has to be transferred wirelessly. That is nothing but IoT. In that IoT, we are using this data acquisition system. That is, that data first has to be processed, and then only it can be sent. So for processing, we need sensors. Sensors, dot, they collect the data, divide it into and electrical signal, then some signal conditioning is done. Signal conditioning, nothing but if there are some noise or unwanted signals are there in our electrical signal, that signals are removed, and then it is again converted into some form, and that is analog or digital form. And then after that, it is sent to the particular devices. Now, next is our DAS system. We can see this data acquisition system. The sensor is used, there is a DAQ device, and then computer. Okay, so this is the basic part, or we can say this is the process what is happening in our day, in our all machines are there, whatever at commercial level, at industrial level, the process is this way only. That sensor is there, it senses it, it transforms the data, or it converts that signals, then a DAQ device there, and then it is transferred to the computer. Now it can be transferred through wire media also, or wireless media to the computer. Now if it is transferred through wireless media, that is nothing but IoT. Okay, now next, this is the block diagram. You can see this is the block diagram of our DAC system. Transducers are used, that is transducer 1, 2, 3, and 4. They have, like, we can use many transducers, that or transducers. What is transducer? It is nothing but the sensor. Then For each transducer, there has to be particular signal conditioner, that is in order to purify the data, or we can say remove the unwanted signals from the data. That's why we have used the signal conditioner. Then next is multiplexing. What is multiplexing? Multiplexing is nothing. Now there are many sort of signals coming to that multiplexer. It is not that only one signal is coming. There are many sort of signals are coming. So in order to sort that signal, that is which type of signal or what is the output we require, that work is done by multiplexer. What multiplexer is do? It sorts the number of datas. It sorts the number of datas coming to the multiplexer and give us the particular output which we need for our system. Then after multiplexer, that is A to D converter, that is analog to digital converter. Now, if we require that data in analog form, then there is no need of conversion. But if we need that data into digital form, that is, if you have to use it for transmission or for computer processing or for displaying, then we have to convert it into a digital form. Now, we will study we will see about each part of the DAC one by one. Uh, you just Uh, Transducer, that I told you, it is nothing but a sensor. It is used to convert a physical quantity that is coming from a field or from anywhere from the environment. It is the physical quantity. It is converted into electrical quantity. So that an electrical quantity, it is nothing but voltage, current, frequency, resistance. These are the electrical quantities which has to be converted, because these are the only what we can see signals that can be processed. Uh, for example, if there is a temperature, now we have to measure a temperature. The rays or whatever the signals are coming of the temperature, we cannot pass it like that only. That has to be converted in some form of energy. That work is done by a transducer. Now, the next one is the signal conditioner. In that, what signal conditioner is used, it either removes the data or unwanted signals such as noise or any unwanted signal, or it just amplifies the signal. That is, if the output signal of the transducer it is weak, then it amplifies the signal so it can make that signal strong. Now, next is then if there is any conditioners that has to be done, then signal conditioner is done. Now, to amplify the data, we use amplifier, or for filtration of the data, we use the filters. Then for if there has to be any modify in the signal, then we use the modifiers. Now, next is the multiplexer. As I told you, multiplexer, it accepts the number of analog inputs and it provides the single output, which is the required output, which is required for our system. Now, next is the analog to digital converter. As the name suggests, it converts the analog into a digital. Now, what do we mean by digital converter? Digital means it has to give 0 and 1. It has to give the values in 0 and 1, because our computer understands only two languages, that is of 0 and 1. So we have to convert that analog sensor into digital. Next is the processing that it processing is done of that digital data. Now, why we have to convert it into digital? That is the processing of digital data is very easy as compared to the analog. The next is transmission is also easy of the digital data. And for displaying, if you have to display something, then also digital data is used, and for storage also we have to use the digital data. That is why there is a need to convert it. Now we have the recorders and display devices. There are many, we can say LCDs there, oscilloscope is there, numerical display. There are many other devices that are can be used to record, display the data, or we can say for the storing of the data. Next is the objective. The objective of data acquisition system, it must acquire necessary data, means it must give the output, that is necessary output, and at a correct speed. It is not that it takes more time. The next is we should get the data efficiently. It should not include any different form of unwanted signal. Now also the data, whatever what data acquisition system has to do is it has to monitor the whole plant, whole, what we can say, whole operation. It has to monitor, and it has to monitor it in a safe side. That is, multiplexing is there, then conversion is there, transducers are there. So the whole plant has to be what we can say managed properly by that data acquisition system. Now we'll go with the next part, that is the sensor network. Now, sensor network in IoT. Now we can say data acquisition and the sensor network. These, they are related to each other. Now in IoT, there is the need of sensor network. Okay, without a sensor network, we cannot pass any data, or we cannot collect any information. So sensor networks are very useful in IoT. So again, that is sensor network. But now sensor networks, they are used to collect the data from the environment. Now what is the difference between wireless sensor network and IoT? Okay, so wireless sensor network, what it is, just it is wireless sensor network, it just collects the data. But what IoT does, it's IoT controls the devices and provides information to the user. So there is a difference between wireless sensor network and IoT. Okay, is even IoT is wireless sensor network is also another part. But then IoT controls the whole devices. That means wireless sensor network is a part of IoT, that we can say. Now the Internet of Things links the physical world to the web, while wireless sensor network focus on integrating IoT device locally. So this is the basic difference between both. Again, there is a difference we can see. IoT has a gateway that connects inter-networks, while WSN connects, it includes only sensors. Then IoT runs on IPv6 sensor network, whereas WSN works on IPv4. Then there are different routing protocols for both. So I have written everything in the PPT. We can share it afterwards. Now, the next is the technology, IoT enabling technologies. Now IoT, it is enabled by these different five parts are there. We can say wireless sensor network, big data is there, embedded system is there, cloud computing, and then internet. These are the five parts which are included in the IoT. Thus so nothing but now we are studying wireless sensor network, so we'll go with that. Now what is actually uh, now, yes, wireless sensor network, as I told you, the sensors which has a particular network, that is nothing but the sensor network, and it works wirelessly. That is a wireless sensor network. So again, sensors, they accepts the physical conditions or physical signals and then divide into electrical signals. Then afterwards, how the data is processed, that you see. Now, this is the basic sensor system we can see. That is one of the physical quantity, it is given to the sensor. Okay, or the sensor accepts the physical quantity. Then it converts it into some electrical signal. On that electrical signal conditioning is there. That is nothing but purifying that electrical signal. After that, that signal can be displayed, or it can be given as an alarm, or it can be stored. Now in wireless sensor network, there are topologies. Okay, These sensors, they are connected in different type of topologies. It is mesh, star, bus, and ring. These are the different type of topologies which are used in this wireless sensor network. So depending upon that, it we can use that type of topology in our system. Now these are the network types. Now this is the basic how the wireless sensor network works. This is the basic diagram we can see. Now this is the sensing region. In that sensing region there is a sensor node. That output from sensor node, it is given to a base station. From base station it is given to internet, and to internet it is given to the user. Now in next PPT, what I want to tell is how I hope all have done projects on yes. Have you done your BE projects, third year projects? Have you done on IoT? Anyone? They can send a chat box. Hello. Okay.
Participant can respond in the chat box. Huh?
Yes. Have you done anyone on IoT? Have you done projects on IoT? Anyone? Okay. We will. Sir, all are from engineering background or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here, what I am going to tell you is about. I'll just tell you about a proper project. How you can do it on the what we can say controllers. Now sensor node. What happens is sensor node. It consists of four parts. That is power supply. That is to start any system. We need to give power supply. The next is the processing unit. Next is sensor and the communication system. Now, when these, if these components are what we can say they are interfaced wirelessly, then we can say that this is an IoT project. Okay. Here, now we can see this is the whole sensor node. There is a sensing unit. Then next is the processing unit, and next is the communication unit. Now sensing unit again. Sensing unit, it includes our sensors. It includes the ADC. That is nothing. The whole data acquisition part. It is included in the first sensing unit. That is sensor. It will sense the physical quantity divided into an electrical quantity. Then there will be a signal conditioning that there will be done on it. That is unwanted signals will be removed. After that, it will be converted into digital form because we are using a controller over there or a processor over there. So that processor or a controller it requires a digital signal. That is why we are converting that analog, what we can say analog signal into a digital signal. Okay. Now the next one is the controller or the processor. We can use Arduino, or we can use Raspberry Pi. Also there is PIC controller. So whatever output that is coming out of the controller, that we can give to a storage device, or we can give it to any communication unit. But if we are doing it, but we have to do it in a we have to do it wirelessly. So these are the microcontrollers. Okay, the controllers are the essential parameters of IoT. Okay, so in order to what we can say design any system based on IoT, it is very important that any of the controller, because controller controls the action of the sensors and the output what we need. So controllers are very essential that are required. Then there are different types of controllers. Peak controller is there, Arduino, Raspberry Pi. So mostly now Raspberry Pi is in. It is used mostly. Then next is the wireless modules. So in order to transfer the data, we need some wireless modules. Now wireless modules, they are nothing. We can say there are Bluetooth is there, GSM is there, Wi-Fi, Zigbee and so on. Also at the end, we can take the output from the controller on the cloud. That is nothing but we say cloud computing, that the data can be taken on the cloud so that that data can never be erased, or we can access that data from wherever location we are. Now, here I have shown how you can make any IoT project using a wireless module and a sensor. Now in this diagram you can see there is an Arduino board. It is connected to a sensor. Okay, here it is interfaced with a gas sensor. So what first we have to do, now if we want to make a project on gas detection or gas leakage, okay, first select the gas sensor, interface it with the Arduino. Now interfacing means what we have to do is we have to connect the what we can say, we have to connect the wires. This is somewhat of the hardware part. We have, there are a number of pins or number of ports to the Arduino board or any controller you can take. You have to connect it to the sensor, you have to connect it to that board. Then after that, in the output, what we want that we can do. Now what we can do is, for if there is a gas leakage at the output, we what we will do, we'll connect a wireless module so that what if there is gas leakage, or we can say if there is a fire somewhere, so the output of the controller, what will connect a wireless module. So through that wireless module directly that message will go to the concerned person, that is if there fire brigades are there. So directly that message will go to the fire brigade person without any phone call or nothing. So if at any location there is fire detection or gas leakage, directly that information can be given to the concerned person so that they can take the necessary actions. This is nothing but wireless communication, and this is the main part in the IoT. Okay, so examples I have given even for measuring that this can be used in the home automation. This part can be home automation also, if that is if you are using sensors and controllers at home. Also you can, if temperature increases, automatically the fan we can be switched off, or if person is not there, automatically the lights in the room can be switched off. So in that way you can or wirelessly through also you can design a wireless remote at home, and through that also you can switch on and off the components or the equipments which are available at home. So this is the next part we can, so we have to do coding over here. For if you are doing Arduino, if you are using, you have to use that Arduino IDE is there. If you are using Raspberry Pi, you can use OpenCV is there, or Python is there. So same you have written the steps in the PPT, that you have to output of the controller has to be given to the wireless module. So that wireless module will directly send the message to the concerned person. There is no need of any wired what we can say wired connection. There is no need to just pick up a phone and call them for that there is a fire. No need, directly the location will go, directly the message will go to the concerned person. After that, what the user can do is, after the data is collected, that user can, it can store the data, it can analyze the data, it can process the data. So there once the data what we required we get, you can just work on the data. If you want to store it, you can store. If you have to analyze, that is you have to make comparisons with some anything else. Then if you have to process it to some other device again, then also you can do it. Now here it is the application of WSN, that is home automation, biomedical, weather monitoring, many applications there, agriculture, or so in home automation also you can use this. So I have done with the PPT. So any questions?
Participants can put any queries. Of course, we'll continue, but participants should put some queries if Ma'am is there if you want to specific get answer from ma'am. Yeah, I think Umaira Banu asked about difference between sensors and transducers. I think it might be clear to her. Yes.
There is one video which I have made. I'll
Yeah.
just go through camera. Can you see, sir?
Yeah, yeah, I
Can,
can see. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can just see in this video. I have made some small projects on IoT. Also, one more is there.
Hmm.
Now here you can see. Um, this is the project I have made on Arduino, and I have connected my mobile phone over there. That is through wireless media. So whatever data or whatever I'm making the project over here. Here I have used RFID. So in this RFID we can use for attendance system, for at college levels also. So whenever someone is swapping the card over the RFID, that data will directly be processed on a mobile phone, or you can see on the computer's screen of the teachers, or it can be recorded. So you can see over here the on the screen mobile phone, screen of the mobile phone, the data is been transferred.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, this is the we can use. Now here we can see that distance sensing project is there. Now one by one the LED is glowing. So also of that data also you can take through wireless module on our mobile phones, smartphones, or on computer. This is nothing but distance measuring. If you want to measure distance over somewhere, so that distance through ultrasonic sensor we have used, through that ultrasonic sensor that distance can be passed. Now here you can see, here you have I have used a simulation software. In that software you can first simulate any project or any system which you have to generate, or you have to provide to someone. That system can be first simulated on this software, that is the Proteus software, and after that you can go for the hardware.
Yeah. Participants, any queries? Yeah, if necessary, will. Uh, Ma'am, from your side is over, right now?
Yes, yes, from
Yeah.
my side.
Okay. Okay. So I am very much thankful to Sujata ma'am. Immediately she accepted our yeah. That simulation, that's Arduino. The ma'am, you can share your PPTs, ma'am, so that we can share the participants.
uh, uh,
Sujata ma'am. Okay.
Proteus.
So yeah, I'm very much thankful to ma'am as with immediately she accepted our invitation and she briefed us about the data acquisition systems, the multiplexing, how data is being transmitted over from the different sensors, and she explained about the little part of Arduino and the IoTs also, the which is in our series. The things are going on. So I'm very much thankful. Shortly again, we'll have some hands-on. It will be continued shortly, but before that, over to Sahi first.
Yes, ma'am. So once again, a very formal thank you on behalf of IT Pune Chapter, Buds Engineering Academy and Civic Incubation Center. We thank you, ma'am, for this insightful session, and we are really glad that you've joined us today and shared your knowledge with us. So
Yeah,
thank you so much, ma'am.
yeah. So
Thank you.
thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah,
Now,
thank
ma'am helped us to understand the IoT environment and sensors. So we will have some little hands-on today for the same topic as ma'am has underlined. Uh, yeah. So you just you can start your streaming also, so that few people are watching on the streaming, so that we'll continue the session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can start streaming now. Yeah, that's few are watching over there. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's
So
started, sir.
yeah. So yeah, ma'am will share the PPTs and will share to participants shortly. Yeah, meantime, we'll continue the discussion, the same discussion with some a little bit hands-on. So I think this my screen might be visible to you. Just I will share my screen. Uh, Participants are requested to open your replete. So if you are ready with the replete, uh, yeah, participants are requested to ready with the replete. So if you are ready with the replete, you can say yes. Otherwise, I will again explain how to open the replete. Yeah, participants are requested to open your replete compiler. Replete which we have using. Yeah, Durgesh has opened the replete compiler. Very good. Replete compiler. Do it as time is running. It is requested to open it. If you have any queries, then I will explain how to open it. So the same here you have to go, and then simply you can put it replete, and then you will get the replete Python. You will get here. You can select this replete Python. So this compiler, and then you can say create replete. You can say create replete, and the compiler will be open. You can see this replete compiler will be open. I hope everyone has this compiler right now with you. If you are having this compiler, you can say yes, Durgesh, yes, Krishna. If you are having this compiler, you can say yes. Yeah, participants are requested. Yeah, Sai is saying yes, Mrunal, yes, very good, very good. Kalpana is saying yes. So this is a compiler. So what Sujata ma'am has briefed the data acquisition system, that the same acquisition system, how it will be implemented, that we are trying to see. As ma'am has underlined, yeah, Meena, yeah, very good. As ma'am has underlined, the Python also you can use for simulation. Of course, Arduino you can use, but the data acquisition you can use a Python. The same thing we are trying to see. So before proceeding our code, just I will brief you a little bit thing here. So you can see it here right now. For example, as earlier also we have seen the different protocol, machine to machine protocol. So for example, as madam has underlined, suppose this is a sensor 1, and suppose this is a sensor 2, this is a sensor 2, like that n number of sensors are there. So this is a sensor n. So I think someone has asked earlier that what the difference between the sensor and the transducer. So basically the sensor, you see our body got the different sensors. We have a smell sensor, we have a different skin sensor, or the smell, touch, and so on. So our body got eye sensor as a camera sensor, like that. So same thing for example, our robotic environment, our robot or machine got a different sensors, and that sensory data we are trying to access through the our IoT or over the internet from the remote environment. So for that purpose, the you see channel is a one, but sensors are many. So how to access the sensory data in that environment, that we are trying to see as time is running. But just I will try to see first of all the you can see I think replete is open without wasting time. So in order to implement this, so as your replete is open, so initially you access the library as I told you earlier. So you can import the library, and that's a function. We need a timing function, means at what time, which sensor is being accessed, and at what time our camera is being accessed. So like that, the timing is also important. So you have to mention the import time, and some random function is required for us. So you can import the random function. So I think in Python environment, I told you earlier that for AI/ML IoT environment, we have to understand different Python libraries. One is NumPy, the Pandas, some MATLAB also we have seen earlier a little bit, but as of now, just we are trying to understand as time is running. So we are trying to understand some sensor. So for that purpose, you can see here is we have to import the package. One is a time and one is a random. Yeah. Is it clear what exactly we are trying to do? As Sujata ma'am has briefed the same thing we are trying to implement with our Python. So is it clear? Please, if you are clearing, you can say yes. Do it fast. Kalpana, Mrunal, yeah, tell me. Are you getting what exactly we are trying to do? Please respond in the, yeah. Yes. Yeah, please respond. Yes. Those who are doing that are trying to understand that, they can say yes. Yeah, anyone? Are you ready with the compiler, this replete compiler, and with this import package? So initially you can import the package this. Then we'll try to access the sensor. As Sujata ma'am, she has briefed the sensor. That sensor will try to accept. So you can see this is a sensor, simulate the sensor reading. So sensor reading we are trying to accept from the different sensors. Like our body got different sensors, like that in IoT environment, our robot got different sensors. It might be temperature sensor, it might be pressure sensor. So different sensory data we are trying to simulate. So here you can see in the line number 4, so we can define the sensor. So here function required is a read sensor function. So with read sensor function, we will be able to read the data from the sensor. And then we have the random, because you see, if you want to access the data from the sensor, then the channel is 1 and sensors are multiplied sensor. Then for multiplexing, we have a different multiplexing. Might be time division multiplexing, might be frequency division multiplexing, and so on. So here the random function, and we are using the function uniform. So these are the two important functions required. One is a read sensor function and one is a uniform function. So these are the two functions to simulate the sensory data. And moving further, the whatever data we have accessed, that same data, you can have a save data to the file. So whatever data we are going to access in the IoT environment, that is to be saved. So we will write it here, save file data function. So this is a save file data function. And then with you can say open sensor data dot text, that the data is the sensor data which we are trying to store in the text file. So that you have to give the text file, the file name sensor data, which is in the text file, and the data will be stored in the text file. And then we need function. So whatever data is available from the access data in the text file, that data is to be printed. So we will write it that with the help of file write. So function is file dot write, and the data will be returned to the next line. So first line one sensor, second line second sensor, third line. So /n we will write the data to the next line. And then this data one by one, the data is being accessed. One by one, the data is being accessed. So we will have a loop that is called as an acquisition loop, and that acquisition loop is to be printed. So we will write here print data acquisition system start data collection. So that data collection will be started, and then you can say the different loops in Python or C we have already studied. So here is a one loop we are trying to see. While true. While true means it's again a Boolean function. Suppose sensor data is available. That's a Boolean, either yes or no. That's what the Boolean function. Then the data we are reading from the read sensor function. That is a read sensor function. And then we can print that reading sensor data one by one in our the text environment. And that data we will save it here. And with the help of the time, that's what the simulate reading for 1 second. Every 1 second, the sensor is being accessed. As ma'am has already explained how the data is being accessed. And then suppose data is continuously getting accessed. And if you want, I think interrupts you might be studied. Suppose, for example, we are trying to learn something, and suppose there is some technical issue. or suppose there is some power failure issue, then our work will stop. That's what the interrupt is there. I think the interrupts, those who are basically from electronics background, they can understand what the interrupt is. So here the stoppage, you can have a interrupt. So we have a different interrupts. So here we can have a keyboard interrupt. Suppose for example, keyboard interrupt is given and the data is printed over here. So the same thing, just once I will give this program to you also, but just here we are trying to understand what exactly the acquisition and how that acquisition we are trying to implement with the Python. So once we have this, then we have to say run over here. And if you say run over here, then you can see the data is being reading from the sensor. Now you can see here on the screen the data acquisition system, starting data collection. So reading data from sensor 25, sensor 13, 51, 75, like that. So the data is continuously in the loop, and data is being continuously reading from the different sensor as we have used the random function. So in this way, in the IoT environment or AI/ML IoT environment, we will be able to access the data over the sensor in IoT environment. We can access the data. I hope it might be clear to you. Those who are having with the this compiler, just I will share you the code, and just you can execute, and then say for some time, is it possible to turn on the unmute themselves? Is it possible? Yes, Sahi, is it possible? Yeah. So just I will put it here, the code. What you have to do is just you put it that code. Just I will share with this code to you. So I will share. I think this share in the chat box. The entire the code may not be possible to put it here. The sleep one, it is coming. Is entire yeah, in chat box. Time dot sleep. So yeah, time dot sleep up to time dot sleep it is coming. So after that again I will share you in two breaks. So from the time sleep again, the next code just I will share with you. Next top.
So the participants' mics is on, so they can unmute
Yeah,
themselves.
they can unmute themselves. Participants can unmute. Yeah, you see, I have kept the code in the chat box. So participants, it is requested to just copy the code or in your replit. And if you are getting this reading, you can put it their code in the your replit environment, and then you see the interrupt. That's a keyboard interrupt which we have given. Suppose here we'll say stop. So whether you are getting this output or not, just I want to know. So yeah, just copy the code over there. Meantime, I will put it this code in the WhatsApp group also. If it is accessible to you, you can get the code from there, or you can get the code from the chat box. Meantime, I will put it this code in the WhatsApp group also. So you can take that codes and put it here. And meantime, I will share some text file in the WhatsApp group also for the so that it will be easy for you to copy the code. So it's a data acquisition. Yeah, the data acquisition and the code, the text file I have given. Save. Yeah, and the same thing I will try to give in the WhatsApp. Yeah, the document I will share on the desktop. Yeah, data acquisition text file is given. Yeah, this is a text file is given. Participants are requested to get this code, and what is your answer? If you are getting the answer, you have to say yes. If you are having any difficulty, you have to say no. Yeah, do it fast. I will give. Yeah, Sai is getting similar output. Yeah, everyone should get. You can unmute also. You can. Yeah, Durgesh is also getting. Yeah. Uh, yeah, everyone should execute the code. If you are getting able to access the data, you can say yes. Yeah, Durgesh is getting, Sai is getting, yeah, Kalpana is getting. Those who are getting the access of the different sensors, as ma'am has underlined at the beginning of her lecture, the session. Yeah, yeah, Sai is getting the similar output, the sensory data. Yeah, Durgesh is getting, Alpona is getting. Yeah, anyone? Please unmute yourself and you can say yes. Yeah, unmute yourself. If you are getting the data, you can say yes. If you are having difficulty, you can say no. Otherwise, you can use the chat box. Yeah. Otherwise, I have to call. Yeah. Those who are getting the output, they can say yes in the chat box. If they want to ask some queries, specific queries, they can put their queries also. Yeah. Yeah, Pallavi madam is there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Abhinav, Aniruddha, yeah. Thompson, Dr. Nitin, Durgesh, Gagandeep, yeah. Jaisri, Jasmine, Kalpana, Krishna, Madhuri, Mamta, Meena, Mrinal, yeah. Pranav, Rushabh, Sai, Shilpa, Supriya, Swati, Vijaya, yeah. Everyone should, if you are getting it, you can say yes. Yeah, Pranav, yes, yeah, very good. Mrinal is getting, Kalpana is getting, yeah. So that's what the data, yeah. So this is what the data acquisition system. Yeah, just I will try to explain you little the same how exactly we are trying to do and how the functions. So just it will take 1 minute of time. Just again I will share some. You see, just here I will take a I think PRO program is the Python compiler. Here you can get, but the library is new to download. So just I will take this compiler and just I will put it here. What we have studied right now, the step by step. Just once again we'll revise and then we'll close as next guest is already there in the session. But quick, you can see it here. The first of all, you see these two libraries which we have seen it here. The import time and import random. These lines import two Python modules, time for handling the time related functions and random for generating random number. So generating random because sensors the randomly 10 number, 20 number, 30 number, kind of that the sensor. So these are the two at the beginning we have to understand. The one is a random import time and one is a random. And then you can see here define read sensor function, as I told you there, random. The function named read sensor is defined. This function simulates reading data from sensor. So this function is used to read the data from the sensor. It uses random uniform function to generate random floating point number from 0 to 100. This simulate the sensor's reading in a simplified manner. That's what the function is required. And then further, whatever the data is there, that we have to save in the text file. So we have to write here define save to file, and here the text file, as I told you, the sensor underscore data.text as a. So this function save to file data takes a data parameter and appends it to a file named sensor data .x, and it uses a context manager with the function of open parenthesis function, and to ensure proper handling of the file, and automatically closes when it done. The sensor data is written as a line in the file. Similarly, then next step, as in our code, the print, here you can see data acquisition system starting data collection, and this line print the message indicating the data collection process starting. And further, the next function, that's what the try. And as I told you, the different loops are there. So the while, so the sensor is reading the data, and the data from the sensor can be read with the help of read sensor, and that is to be saved. And it is again with the help of random. And if you want to stop that data, the sharing, the as I told you, the interrupts, then with the help of keyboard interrupts or I think those who are having some electronics background, they can understand what exactly the interrupt. Interrupt means as I told you, someone is doing some work and some interrupt is there. So that's what the interrupt. So this is the main loop of data acquisition system. It runs independently while true until the interrupted by keyboard or interrupt control C. We can interrupt with the control C. And then further sensor reading is obtained by calling read sensor function, which generates a random sensor reading, and the reading is printed on the console, and this reading is saved to the file using the save sensor, and the programs wait for 1 second until the time sleep function simulate reading the data from every second. And the keyboard interrupt, we can use a control C or keyboard. Is detected, the loop exists, and message is printed indicating that the data collection is stopped. And then finally you can see the print function and data acquisition system. So finally, after existing the loop, this message is printed to indicate that data acquisition system is existing. And in summary, this code simulates simple data acquisition system that generates random sensor reading, prints them, and saves them to a file in a loop. It uses random module to simulate sensor data and the time module to control the timing of the collection. So that's what the step-by-step explanation is available here. So this also I will put it in the WhatsApp group. So this also further you can save it and you can read it. So I have already shared the code also, and the step-by-step explanation also I have shared in the WhatsApp group. Similarly, the summary what we have learned right now, that summary is also I will share here with the chat box. I think this explanation might be clear to you right now. We have seen the how the hardware of the IoT environment data acquisition system. Because of the time limitation, we will not be able to cover all it. But one of the function, the data acquisition sensor systems, which we have seen right now here, it might be clear to you. And the data is being read from the different sensor. So with this, this first session is closing. So once again, I am very much thankful to Sujata ma'am. Sujata ma'am is there right now? Yeah. Okay. So participants, if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box. Otherwise, we have to proceed for the next session. Yes. Participants, you can put it in the chat box or unmute yourself and you can proceed. Yeah, Durgesh. Yeah. Anyone? If you want to say something, you can say. If necessary, you can unmute. Otherwise, we have to go for the next section. Yes. Durgesh. Yes. Dr. Nitin. Yeah. Aniruddha Prasad Yadav. Can you hear me, Aniruddha? Okay. Okay, now I think we'll proceed for the next session. I think Palvi ma'am is already in session. Palvi ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Palvi ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me,
Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I welcome you. What to say? Say you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for the first session. Moving on to the second session, it gives me pleasure to introduce the second speaker for today, Dr. Pallavi Adke, who is currently working as an assistant professor at PCCOE Pune. She's done a specialization in image processing and deep learning, and she has an experience of over 9 years. So, ma'am, on behalf of IIT Pune chapter, Buds Engineering Academy and Civic Incubation Center, I welcome you and I request you to please come up on the virtual dais and take over the session.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for the nice introduction. Thank you, sir. Uh, shall I start, sir?
Yeah, you can go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to give all of you as know that we are having the workshop on AI/ML for IoT. So this is very recent topic we can say because already we have studied IoT with the journey started with the IoT, that is Internet of Things, and then artificial intelligence and machine learning also has come into the picture. Now the next or the future we can see that it's of the merging of these or two or all these three technologies, or not only these three, we can include into that 5G also and the cloud computing also. So when it comes all together, how our future will be. Just so I just want to go through the basics of the AI, ML, IoT, and then we will see that how it is getting combined and how we can have the number of applications, different applications, and how our future will be. Okay, so I'm giving the topic for the today's session is artificial intelligence of things, that is called as a AIoT, or it's a combination of artificial intelligence with the Internet of Things. Okay, so it is also called as the AIoT. So recently, I think before 9 or 10 days back, the 9 robots take the questions at the Geneva press conference on the future of artificial intelligence. So all these were the robots, and some question answer session has been done. So just I wanted to show you this video where they have given the answers. Yeah, that was the one news, and one more news was there that Odisha's first AI-powered virtual news presenter, that Lisa, debates on the local news channel. So she has come onto the panel on the virtual that news channel, and she has given the interview, and her name is Lisa. Okay, uh, just a minute. So I just wanted to show you this video that how she has. If you see that video, you cannot imagine that she is like a robot, and she was like normal how we speak in the news channels and all. She was speaking it there over there. So I just want to show you. Is it audible, sir?
Yeah, it's audible, completely audible. Go ahead, ma'am. Yeah, it's audible. Ma'am, video of the TV news is not audible. Your audio is
Oh,
audible. You are
oh,
audible, but
oh, is it? Okay,
yeah,
okay. That's
yeah, that is
great.
not audible. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So, I don't know. Should I do some settings over here or?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's just I wanted to show you that the she was a news channel. She was their anchor in the on the Odisha news channel, and she was the AI news anchor. Means she was not an actual lady. She was a AI, that is artificial intelligence. After using artificial intelligence, she was like a robot kind of thing, and she was giving the news on the news channel of the Odisha. So she was the first AI news anchor, and she has given the news on the news channel. So that was the thing which is happening around us on the nearby, and we can imagine that how our future will be. Okay, so just I want to give you the outline of my current today's presentation. So I just wanted to go through the what is a artificial intelligence of things, then what is the combination and difference of AI and IoT concept, then the distributed computing and the edge intelligence, then benefits and use cases of the AIoT, and which are the different AIoT applications are available. So we can see that the what is first. Let's go through the what is AIoT. So AIoT stands for the artificial intelligence of things. It combines the connectivity from the Internet of Things and the data-driven knowledge obtained from the artificial intelligence. So here we are trying to get the data, collect the data from the different devices or different sensors, and that data we are using it as a input or as a data for the artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence that will do the processing on that, and you can get the analysis on that, and you will get the results depending upon that data. So I think so many sessions has been done, so you might be aware of the Internet of Things and the artificial intelligence both. So how, so this emerging technology is based on the integration, how we are combining that, integrating these two things, artificial intelligence in the IoT infrastructure. Very, very interesting topic. So by combining the IoT with AI, so we can see that we are collecting the data by the distributed nodes. So suppose in my home I have so many different Internet of Things, means which different sensors I have, where my on my Wi-Fi, my mobile is working, my TV is working on my Wi-Fi. Then again, the suppose washing machine is there, some coffee maker machine is there, AC is there. So all these things are there, which are the, all these devices are there, which are there on the internet. Means with the help of Wi-Fi connection, I can communicate with all these devices. I want to come to home and I want to make sure that my room is like ready. I don't want to suffer for that if there is a too hot, and just I will put it the AC on before I come over there, and the room will be ready. Or suppose I'm saying that I'm reaching at home at 7 o'clock, so I will put the washing machine on at 6 o'clock. Until I reach the home, the washing machine would have been done. Just I have to put the clothes outside and get it done. So like these kinds of things we can do with the IoT. So these are the some examples of the IoT. And what is AI? That is the artificial intelligence. So whatever the data we are getting from this different sensors, we can do the analysis with the help of artificial intelligence. So as a result, machine learning capabilities are moved closer to the data source. So this concept is called as edge AI or edge intelligence, and it allows the, just a minute. Okay, so this concept is called as the edge AI or edge intelligence. It allows the higher scalability, robustness, and efficiency. I will come back to this point, edge intelligence and all these terms. So first, as I told you, what is the meaning of artificial intelligence? First, we should know. Uh, I think yeah, day before yesterday or yesterday's lecture, he has explained very nicely artificial intelligence. I was there for some time. So it is a field of computer science that deals with the development of smart systems that can simulate the human intelligence. So we can see that it is trying to mimic the humans, whatever our human behavior is there, or whatever our thoughts are there, our thinking is there. The machines are trying to mimic us, and they are trying to copy us so that they will be also start thinking like us. So that is the basic concept of artificial intelligence. Or simply speaking, AI aims to enable the computers to reproduce the human capabilities like perception, reasoning, and understanding. So these three things are there, which things are there in human beings, that we can understand the things, we can do the reasoning of that, and according to that, we can do the perception also of that. So this reasoning, or we can say that decision making capacity is there. So if I am thinking that it's very cold, I will reduce the speed of fan, or I will reduce the temperature of the AC. So like that, these kinds of things means it should analyze that, okay, it's becoming more cold now, and I should reduce the temperature of the AC. So these kinds of what nowadays what the ACs are doing, just whatever the if I am putting it for the 24 degrees Celsius, the AC will be on full night. It will be for 24 degrees Celsius. It will not analyze that, okay, now it's becoming more cold for the people, and I should increase the temperature, like that kind of thing. So that kind of things we can do with the AIoT. So it will analyze that data, and depending upon that data, it will take the actions, it will perform some results on that, or it will try to get some decisions depending upon that data. So uh, I wanted to show you this also, but let it be. It's the videos. I will share the link with you. Afterwards, you can go through these videos. So simple videos are there, just little introductory kind of thing, so that you will get aware of. Though these terms are very big, like artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. Though you think that it's very big terms, but actually we are using it into day-to-day life, so that it is easy to understand to you that how it's working and what will happen when we are combining these two things. Now, what is about the Internet of Things? On the other hand, is a system to connected objects or devices that can collect and transfer the data in real time with the help of software or sensors which are embedded with them. So we are getting lots of data with the use of these different types of the sensors are there. We are having lots of devices at our home. So Alexa could be there. The smart TVs could be there, or our smartphones are there, AC, Wi, that some now I think that coffee machine is also there. Just I should put it on, it will be start working. It will make a coffee for us. Washing machines are there. So all these devices are there, which are smart devices, and from these devices we are getting so much of data. So this is the some picture of IoT, that smartphone, Alexas. Now the cars also, we are having so many sensors in our cars, and we are getting so much of data through the car also. So it will automatically, agar, if there is a high, it's raining high, so it automatically the wiper speed it will increase, or if it's raining slowly, it automatically the wiper speed will go down. So like this, so many automatic things we are means there are so many things which is happening. Our watches also, we can see that it will give you all the data, how much you have walked throughout the day, how much calories you have burned, how much time you have slept, what was your heartbeat, what was your stress level, everything. So all these information we can get it through the all these smart devices. So and all these devices, when we are connecting it together and we are trying to get the information from those devices, then it is called as the Internet of Things. Even one more video, simple video is there. What is IoT? That link also I will share with you. So you can just go through that. You will get some idea. Now, what happens when the AI meets the Internet of Things? So, IoT devices use the internet to communicate, collect, and exchange information about our online activities. So every day they generate 1 billion GB data. Can you imagine this? Every day the IoT devices which we are using, they are generating this much amount of data, and we have to deal with this big data. Okay, so one more term is over here, that is called as a big data. So we should not isolate all these technologies, or we should not separate it out. We should combine it, and then we can think that how the next future will be. Okay, so by 2025, there is a projected to be 42 billion IoT connected devices globally. So we can have these many number of devices. 42 billion devices will be there, and which are connected through a Wi-Fi or IoT devices which are connected globally, and it's only the natural that has the device number grows. So we can think that it is for the 2025, as we grow further, these devices will be exponentially increasing. That's where the AI steps in. So you have the data now. We have the so many devices with us, and we have lots of data with us. Now we have to analyze that data, and then we have to go further. So in that middle period, the AI comes into the picture. So we have the IoT, this empowered with the three key technologies. As I told you, we have to deal, we should not separate it out that AI is different, that 5G network is different, big data is different, and IoT is not different. It's not like that. We have to combine all these different technologies. We have to work with these different technologies, and then we have to go further. Then only we can see that our how our future is growing. So artificial intelligence means what? That is programmable intelligence enabling devices to learn, reason, and process information like humans. So the basic part of artificial intelligence is they will try to think like us, and they will process the information. So we have with the IoT devices, as I told you, we have trillions of billions of GB data per day, and you can imagine how the data will be growing, because as our devices will be growing, we will be having lots of data. We are using lots of sensors, we are using lots of devices, so the data will be available with us. We have to process that information like humans, and then we have to uh, get the results according to human being, according to our how we think, how the humans think. According to that, we should get the data. So we have the 5G network connections also, that 5G generation mobile networks with extremely fast, near to zero latency for real-time data processing. So as soon as we get the data, we should process that data, and then we should get the result. And the big data is again the data which is available. So volumes of data from numerous internet connected sources that are too large for normal processing methods. So we are having the lots of data available with the help of IoT. We have the network, now we have to process that data. Okay. So I think you are getting the overall idea what I'm trying to say. So the combination of AI and IoT, what is happening over here, we can process the data generated and collected by the IoT systems. So we can combine it with the high connectivity and data transfer. So there will not be any delay, or there will not be any miscommunication. Or suppose you can imagine like that, just as soon as my mobile alarms in the morning, suppose it's getting alarm at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., and the automatically the next thing should happen, so they should be interconnected. That your curtain should get open automatically, your coffee machine should get start automatically. So it's like that, whatever we are going to process further, it should identify that, it should, the AIoT should understand that, okay, now the alarm has, he would have woke up, or that person would have woke up, now I should open the curtains, now I should make the tea, coffee ready for that person. I should make the breakfast ready. So your that toast bread toast machine will be on. So like that, these things should happen. So that is the future what we can imagine. So therefore the machine learning models in the AI system are combined with the connectivity and data transfer capabilities. So now the next will be like, it's there will not be any human intervention. So till now, to process that IoT devices, we should give the command, we should be there, the person should be there, and that will be, after that means I should tell to that coffee machine that, okay, you should make the coffee for me now. Okay. That AC machine, I should tell that AC that, okay, you have to set the temperature for me now. So it should not be like that. It should process automatically. Okay, this would have happened. This means as soon as I get into inside the, Alexa will understand that, okay, some person has get into the house. So it will start it with, the lights will be on, the fans will be on, like that. These things means they should think like that, they should think like a human being, and then they should process. That is the combination of AI and IoT, and they should understand and analyze the data. Okay, so where is the AIoT is heading next? So we are having so many wearable devices. We have the smartwatches are there, AR, VR goggles are there, wireless earbuds are there. So all these wearable devices we have, and this application includes the fitness, the health trackers, heart rate monitoring, wireless headphones, and AI VR devices. So these are the wearables. So these smartwatches continuously monitor and track user preferences and habits. So if the AI watch that watches, if it is monitoring that my heart rate is continuously increasing or continuously high for last 3 to 4 days, so it should suggest me that, okay, you have to go for the your BP medicine should be little bit, you should increase, or like that. They should give us the suggestion, they should perform the operations accordingly, and it should tell that, okay, you suppose I don't know temperature, I think whether they are measuring or not. Suppose I have a fever for 2 3 days, so or it is detecting that little bit I'm on the higher side for the temperature, so it should detect that, and it should inform me that, okay, you might be having the high fever within the next 4 5 hours, like that, so you should take rest. So like these kinds of things should happen, that it should get the, now they are getting the data with the IoT devices. Now it should be get analyzed and it should perform some actions depending upon that data. So not only this leads to the impactful applications in the health sector, it will be also helpful in the sports and fitness center. Okay, so according to this data, what we are getting, we can see that there are 87 billion revenue is generated by 2023. Okay, then we can think about the smart homes. Just now, as I told you, that smart speakers are there, IoT appliances, coffee machine is there, smart thermostats is there. Okay, we should think like that. Okay, suppose I want more easy, or I want that temperature should be more in my room. But if adult peoples are there, and if my parents are there, they staying in another room, and they should think like that. Okay, they don't want the high temperature, low temperature for longer time. It should get automatically increase after some time. So that type of analysis it should be done. The, performing it, which means it should understand the actions what we are performing. Suppose for continuously 3 4 days that those people are increasing the temperature after 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., then automatically it should understand that okay, no, they don't want more temperature after this time, so we can reduce the temperature or we can increase the temperature. Like these kinds of things, so we can think about in the smart homes. So these are the houses that respond to every request, are no longer restricted to science fiction. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not a fiction kind of thing. These things are going to happen in our future. So lightning, electronic devices, and more. So they should communicate with each other, all these devices, and then they should perform the actions. Okay. Then we can think about the smart cities also. So smart energy grids are there, smart street lights are there. So automatically the lights on and off, it should not be done by some human. It should automatically understand that okay, now the lights are going down, the sunset is going to happen. So we can start the street lights. So like this, the smart public transportation also. I think in Delhi they have implemented now. Soon they are going to implement it in Pune also. That automatically that some term is there. Yeah, intelligent transport management system will be there. Means it makes the real time dynamic decisions on the traffic flows. Means there will not be no need of the police people, those who are standing over there to manage the traffic. Okay, automatically it will understand that okay, this side the traffic is more, so I should put the more green signal from this side, and suppose some less traffic is there on the another side of that road, so it will put the more red signal for that time. So all these things, that traffic automatically it will understand that traffic how it's moving, and it will give the signals accordingly. Means there will not be no need, the policemen, they don't need to stand on the roads and they have to direct the traffic. So these kinds of things are called as the intelligent transport management system to make the real-time dynamic decisions on the traffic flows. So public safety we can consider, transport and energy efficiency also we can consider. So suppose there is no people, there are not say no one is sitting into that room. If that he understand that, suppose some cameras are there, and if that room it understands that okay, no one is sitting over here, I can switch off the fan, I can switch off the light. So like that's how we humans are thinking. Same way, those machines also should think, and then there will be some energy efficiency will be there. We can save the energy, we can reduce the energy consumption. Like those kinds of things can happen. That is called as a smart city. Now we can think of the smart industries also. So where in industry, though this is going to play a big role, because many times it happens that just to take care of so those machines, or we should just we have to monitor some kinds of things. In those cases, these things can happen automatically. Okay, if the temperature is more than 45 degrees Celsius, something should happen, and some action should be performed after that. So automatically it will indicate that okay, now temperature is 45 degrees Celsius, we can go for the next process. So where the just humans are required just for the checking purpose, in those cases we can use this AIoT things. So industries from the manufacturing, where the digital transformation to become more efficient and we can reduce the human error also. So sometimes it happens that, okay, a human error might happen, that that person would have gone somewhere outside for the tea or coffee, or if the night shift is going on, that it could happen that he might be feeling sleepy and he would have not checked that change has happened, and the next process would have stopped. So these kinds of human errors we can reduce with the help of this AIoT kind of thing. We can reduce the costly errors in the industry. So these things can be done. Just a minute. So it got stuck. So this is our the where the combination of the IoT and artificial intelligence comes into the picture. Uh, Now the next, I think I will come back to the next slides. Till then, I will explain. Yeah. So here we can see that the AI is embedded into the infrastructure components such as programs and chipsets, and we all are connected using it to the IoT network. Now, what will happen? We can communicate. We will be having some APIs will be there, some applications will be there on our mobiles. So directly through that mobiles, so through that apps, directly we can communicate without effort from the end user. So AIoT systems are set up either as, so there are two types. That is, one is a cloud based and another one is the edge based. So we will see one by one what are the advantages and disadvantages. So commonly it is like IoT cloud. You would have heard this word, that is IoT cloud. As you know that artificial intelligence and machine learning, all these, they need a fast processor to process whatever the data we have, whatever the images or whatever the values we have. To process those data, we should have the fast processors to get that fast processors and all, and to save that data, because these machine learning or deep learning, these techniques, they need large amount of data, and to process that data we should use the cloud. So okay, so the cloud based AI OT was there initially. We used to send all this data onto the cloud. The data will get stored onto the cloud, and from cloud it like it will be given to the your AI programs, or wherever we are going to process that with the help of AI, and then we used to get the result. So that term is called as a cloud-based AIoT. So we should put all this data stored, processed, and accessed by the various applications and services, but we should put all this data onto the cloud. Okay, I hope you are aware of the cloud. Just that I just to give the overview, that cloud means where we are putting the data, okay, where we are storing the data. So it's not a actual cloud where which we can see outside. Okay, now it's a rainy season. You would have seen more so many clouds, but that is not the cloud. A cloud is a thing where we can store the data. Okay, suppose I want to give the example of cloud. We can say that you are Netflix, okay, or Spotify. So what is happening in the Netflix? They are putting so many number of web series onto the Netflix through, and we can go to that Netflix, we can subscribe that Netflix, and we can watch those okay, so watch those web series. So it is available onto the cloud. Just go there and use it or take it. Okay, we don't have to wait that when it will get put it onto the TV or come onto the TV and then we can watch. It's not like that. It's available already over there. They have put it onto the cloud. Just go and use it, go and take it. Okay, so that is called as a cloud. Even when you use the Spotify, what is happening, whatever whichever the songs you want, you can listen. Before it was like, if it is coming onto the radio, or if it is there available onto the CD or your cassettes, and that time only we can listen to that. But it's not, it's like in the Spotify, it's available already. Just go there, whichever song you want, just put it over there, you can listen to those songs. So that is a concept of cloud where we can store the data. Okay, now when it comes for the cloud based AIoT, there are basically four layers are there. First one is a device layer or the hardware layer. Okay, So where the sensors are there, car equipments are there, embedded device, health and fitness equipment. So all these devices or sensors are there for the IoT thing. So that is called as a device layer. The next layer is a connectivity layer. So the cloud storage, as I told you, we are using that cloud for the storage purpose to controller sensors and other intelligent devices, whatever the data we are getting through these devices, that we can put it onto the cloud. Then that is called as a cloud layer. It consists of the data processing via an AI engine, data storage, data visualization, analysis, and through the API. So that cloud layer, whatever the data is available over there, we can send it to the AI. What are the programs we are going to do in the artificial intelligence to process that data? So that is called as a cloud layer. And the last one is the user communication layer. Now, when the data is getting processed, we can put it onto the web applications or your mobile applications. Okay, anywhere we can send that data. I mean, suppose I want to give the examples. Example means what I can suppose I'm using our smartwatches. Okay, it has detected that from last 2 to 3 days my heartbeats are more. Okay, so that is my device layer. So that data, whatever the heartbeats are there, that data will be given to the cloud. It will be stored onto the cloud. From cloud, it will get processed to that AI. That it will check that what was the heartbeat, what was the heartbeat. It will be checking through my AI machine, and that AI will detect that no, the heart rate was more or extra or BP. We can say that BP was more for last 2 to 3 days. Okay, that data will be given to your mobile application that your BP was more from last 2 to 3 days, and you have to take these medicines. So these kinds of things can be happening into the cloud-based AIoT. So here we can see that cloud-based implementation of AIoT architecture. So these are the device layer where sensors, mobile devices, your wearables, automobiles, our cars are also now smart cars. So these are the device layers. Then it will go to the connectivity layer and the cloud layer. Okay, so the connectivity layer through the IoT field gateways, that Wi-Fi connections or cloud gateways or onto the cloud, we are putting all this data. Then this data we are giving it to the data storage, data processing, data visualization, data access via API. So these are our AI thing. We can say that where we are processing the data, and whatever the results we are getting, that we are putting onto the web portals or the mobile apps. So this is a cloud-based AIoT architecture. Now the next term comes into the picture. After that cloud-based AI architecture, the thing was that the putting onto the cloud and getting the data from the cloud, it was taking more time because there were 4 layers and the communication should be very fast. Okay, because fraction of seconds something, our next decision will be depending upon the that data. So within fraction of seconds, or there should not be some delay. Suppose I am measuring the traffic on the roads, and if I am giving the output, no, the traffic was more before half an hour. So what is the use of that data? Okay, that processing onto the cloud and giving the results after half an hour will not be of any use. Okay, half an hour before the traffic was there, but what is the current status of that road? Okay, it would have been resolved also, or it could have been increased also. So depending upon that data results or data analysis results, we should perform the next action. So it should be very fast. Within fraction of seconds, it should happen. Okay, so that the age-based AIoT has come into the picture, that it can process at the edge. Okay, so I don't need a cloud. All the things will be happening onto your machine itself. Okay, suppose my that variables is detecting that my BP was more for last 2 to 3 days. So what it should not go to the cloud. It should not process. All the things should happen into my that variable device only. It should detect there itself that no, from last 2 to 3 days, and it should indicate onto that variables only on that smartwatch itself that no, your BP was more from last 2 to 3 days. Now you have to take these medicines extra. Okay, so these kinds of things should happen. Then that is called as a edge-based AIoT. Means it should happen all the data processing things and all, not onto the cloud. It should happen onto your edge device only. Okay. So here we have only 3 layers. That is the connection terminal layer. That is your hardware device where we are getting the data. Then the connectivity layer. that is the gateways. That collection of terminals is connected over existing power lines. And the edge layer. Okay, so this layer includes the facilities for the data storage, data processing, and insight generation. Okay, so instead of using the cloud, we are using the edge layer over here. So collection of terminal layer, connection to the gateways, and the edge layer where we are doing all these things, and it will be happening within fraction of second, or there will not be any delay. So for this we need 5G network and smart AI, or small, instead of smart we can say the small AI machine should be required, because we don't have to go for the higher end GPUs and all. It should perform the action with the small units itself. Okay, so edge computing AIoT. Let's go little deeper into this. What is this edge computing AIoT? In recent years, edge computing has gained the considerable popularity. Okay, so we are getting everywhere this edge computing AIoT, where the AI, Internet of Things, 5G, and artificial intelligence. Why we go for the 5G? Because we need the fast processing of the data. Okay, for that we should go for the 5G network. Edge computing is the primary driver for the IoT. It moves the data processing from the cloud to the network edge. Okay, so from the cloud we are going for the network, means it will be happening at that machine itself. Okay, so it will be highly efficient, scalable, robust, and suitable for low latency use cases. Okay, there should not be, when we want that, there should not be any low latency should be there, or no latency should be there. In that cases, we can go for the edge computing. Okay, so initially the machine learning and deep learning were limited to the cloud. Okay, mainly because of the availability and scalability of high computational resources required to process ML tasks. So as you are learning from last 9 to 10 days, that machine learning, they need high processing GPUs, because they have a large amount of data they need to process, and then only they can give the results. Okay, they should understand that data first. They should learn that the structure and features of that data first, then only they can give the results. Okay, so that we need the high computational resources, we need high end GPUs and the things for to process that data. Now, by exploring the age intelligence, emerging computing techniques, we can go for the fast processing capacity and low latency required in the intelligent IoT applications. Okay, so this was the concept of age intelligence and IoT application. So here, suppose Netflix is there, AWS, that is your main cloud, we can say, which has captured the main market of the cloud, that is AWS, that is Amazon Web Services. Then Google Cloud is there, Alibaba. So these are Azure is there, YouTube, PlayStation. So all these are the cloud platforms are available over here. These are my base stations. Okay, so they will be edge to edge connections, and these are the intelligent devices where we are getting the data, and then these are the intelligent applications also from edge to end. Okay, so that then it is called as a, this is our edge and these are our end applications. So this is the intelligent edge, and this is called as the edge intelligence. Okay, so on devices machine learning with AIoT devices. So once they have come to the edge, now this was the term which I was talking about, that on the device itself, to overcome the bottlenecks, latency, and privacy issues of the cloud-based AI applications, we have moved forward to this on-device machine learning with the AIoT devices. So what will be happening over here now? Suppose I have some camera sensor, it will do the deep processing over itself. Metadata it will be, means the whatever the applications we want to do, it will be done there itself, and then it will do the analysis, integrations, and notifications depending upon that data. Okay, so what are the challenges to balance over here? That hardware cost and performance with an optimized AI model and application design. Because now we should have, if we are not going for the cloud, we should maintain the cost, size, and the optimized AI model. Because that AI should be so much fast that it should perform the actions within a fraction of seconds, and it should be get deployed onto your that small device also. Okay, so these are some challenges are there which we are facing right now, that to reduce that, and the lightweight ML models are required, because that the ML models, as we know, that it will be large network will be there. We cannot reduce it too small, because then it will not capture the features from that network, from that input. So that getting that more efficient lightweight ML models can run on low power devices like mobile phones, SoCs, or embedded computers. That is a big challenge of this, uh, uh, that device based, what was the name, that on-device machine learning with AIoT devices. Okay, that is our challenge. Now let's see the benefits of combining AI with IoT. We can boost the operational efficiency. Okay, so the efficiency will be very high, as we are doing the analysis also over there. We don't need go for the any human intervention in between, who will think and who will process that data. It can detect and fix the problems as well, and to increase the automation of the manual processes. So that human intervention will be get reduced. Automatically, it will be doing the things. Suppose some people are not there, some we don't need those people directly. It will take the actions depending upon the data what he is getting. Okay, it makes the real-time monitoring easier, because it saves the time and it reduces the expenses. So we don't have to take some time for that analysis part, and then it will come. I will come back to you. It will not, because nowadays we need everything. It's like it should be like instant. Suppose I have ordered something onto the on Amazon, and if it's showing now, first they used to give the to the next day delivery for the Prime users. Now it's coming after 3 and 4 days. So that also we don't have. We are not able to that. पचवू शकत नाही म्हणतो ना मराठीमध्ये की that also we are not able to understand that की we are taking this much of time to get it delivered. Okay, so it should be like next day delivery should be there on our doorstep. So it's happening like that. So we have everything should be like instant. We have to make it real time monitoring. It will be easier with the help of this AIoT. Okay, then it reduces the operational cost. Obviously, that if we are the humans are there, the operational cost will be more. So the smart building applications for adjusting light and temperature control based on the occupancy. So these things we can do with the help of AIoT. We can develop some smart factories also can be there, so they will be judging all these things. So all these applications, it will judge, and it will perform the actions depending upon that sensor's output or actuator's output. Then it will give you the output. It avoids the failure and expensive businesses interruptions. Okay, smart factory applications can be there. So here we can see that. So here I'm getting all the data, like okay, 45 degree here, 3 degree values are there, some 5.01, and according to that, it's showing the output that okay, it should be green, it should be green, and if it is yellow, what next action should be get performed. So like this, with these the data, whatever we are getting, we can perform the actions depending upon that. We can help in risk management. Suppose water level is there, employee safety analysis is there, so our crowd analysis in public spaces for the smart cities. We can get suppose water level in the, suppose I'm having some water level problem in my society. So what will happen? So it will indicate that water, if water level is going below some level, it will indicate to that manager of that society that water level is going down. Employee safety analysis, suppose some workers are there, so they should wear the helmets, or they should put the hand gloves and all those things. So the face recognition system, or that capturing system, no. So we can capture that photo, and we can say that okay, these employees were not using the safety guards properly, so they were not using the helmet and all these things. Crowd analysis in public spaces, if something abnormal or is happening into the crowd, we can detect those kinds of things also with the help of this AIoT. So automated vehicles, as we are having automated driving also, that it has started in some countries like that, where we can don't have to drive over there. Just we have to sit into the car. The car will be driving automatically. So all these are the applications of AIoT. What is happening over there? It's collecting the data. It's analyzing that data. Okay, someone is coming from the front. So though it would have detected earlier also with the help of IoT, but now I have to take the decision depending upon that data. Then that AI comes into the picture. Okay, someone is crossing the road, so I have to reduce the speed of my car. So that analysis is getting done into this AIoT. Okay, so what is IoT application? Getting the data. Someone is crossing the road. I got the data. Okay, so that data now I'm processing it with the help of AI, and I'm taking the action also, means that machine is taking action also. So that is the applications of the AIoT. Or we can say that video surveillance. Suppose that drones are moving on to the some cities, so where more traffic is there. So that drones will give the data to that signals that okay, this time heavy traffic is running on this road, so you can move the traffic very fast, like that kind of thing. Or some, I think in US they have in Walmart they have started using the face recognition system also. Okay, they will, when the people are customers are getting into the Walmart, that means Walmart, it's like a DMart kind of thing where we have all this. It's like a big store where we can many people can people will come. And so they started judging. Okay, if for this age people means they are going for, means that type of survey they are doing over there, means through the camera itself. So these suppose age is suppose 20 to 30, so they are going for the more purchase of these products. Okay, if the age is 30 to 40, so they will go more for the grocery shopping and this kind of thing. So like that the analysis will be done, that video surveillance will be there, and depending upon that they will do the analysis and they will give the results for that. So AI to video surveillance applications for intrusion detection. Suppose, see, here this man has been detected over here, so who was trying to cross this means which was not safe for him, but still he was trying to cross that gate. So that kind of things we can detect with the help of monitoring traffic. So somewhere some persons are standing, stopped vehicles are there, traffic violations are happening. We can identify the accidents with the help of this AIoT application. Manufacturing and production, as I told you. So suppose we can detect that the pen was not proper, or the pen was working properly, or the defect class 2, defect class 4. So it's defecting. Just give the image, it will detect the defect, that this was the defect, and okay, this is done. Now it will separate it out also. Okay, because these pens were in the defect one, these pens were in the defect two, so that robot hand will be we can put it over there, and it will separate out that okay, this pen is in defect one, this pen is defect two, means it's analyzing that data and it's performing action depending upon that data. Okay, or these are the normal pens, so like that. So everything have sensors. I need the camera, that sensor should be there which will capture those images. Okay, then I need AI who will be detecting that which detects defects are there into that image, and again it should analyze that okay, these were the defects, and then it should separate it out, means again that movements, that robotics also should be there. So this is kind of thing where we are combining all the different technologies, and which will be helpful for us. Okay, so industrial defect part detection in the manufacturing with the real time deep learning. Okay, so these are the real time applications. Smart buildings, we can say. So this will be like our future. So through the different buildings we will be getting different data, and suppose it could happen also in future like that. Someone, suppose a fire is there in some building, so we will get the fire sensors will put the alarm, and that alarm will be communicated to the fire brigade, to the fire station also, and through that fire station automatically the cars will start coming towards that. So there will not should not no need of some human intervention, that people should go to that fire station, and those people will come to the that place. It might not happen in future, so all these devices will start communicating with each other, and they will start performing actions depending. Analysis will be done over there, and they will start performing actions also. So this is our future, as I am telling you that processing. And so now we have the smart thermostats and smart appliances are there. So we can have the home robots also. So depending upon those, it will perform the actions. Autonomous vehicles can be there, fully automated vehicles. Just don't do anything, sit into the car. The car will be drive you automatically to your destination. So this is our future. Then voice AI, suppose that Alexa is there. So now we have the smart speakers, we have the Alexa, we have voice activated LCD displays are there. Okay. Now in the future we have the natural language processing. So it will be communicating with us. Now it's like a chat GPT. No, it's not future. Now I am asking some questions. It will be giving you the answers also for that questions. The e-payment voice authentication can be there. Now Vision AI, suppose with the cameras, massive object detections we can do, 4K resolution could be there, video analysis on the edge and super 8K resolution will be there. So these are the current things which is there available, and these are our future. Okay, the future of AIoT. That also video I have put, but I don't know, the voice is not there, I think. Okay, so this was about the AIoT. I think you have got the idea how they are combining together the artificial intelligence, the deep learning, and the IoT. Yes,
Yeah, participants can put their queries in the chat box if
yes.
okay.
If you have any doubt, you can ask me
Yeah,
also.
you can put it in the chat box. Participants can put queries. Yeah, Jayshree, Kalpana, Aniruddha, Murnal. Yeah. Okay, you can put it in queries in the chat box. Ma'am will again clear, no issue. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So first of all, yeah, is it possible for AI to destroy? Rushabh is saying. Very interesting.
No. It will not happen like that. It means how we are using it depends on that, right? So,
Rushabh, very good.
yeah, it will not destroy you. Actually, it will help you. Okay, I think in that interview also it was there. You could not listen to that. That so these are the that or kuch to some one more robot they have launched that saying that it is for to help the human being. Okay, it's not to destroy them. We cannot predict the future. How will it go? But we are imagining that robots are like how our movies, especially Hollywood movies, how they have put it in front of us that okay, whenever the robots will come, they will destroy everything. It might not happen like that. They will be for us to help us also. Okay, so instead of putting one maid at home, I will be it's possible that one robot will be there with me, and he will be helping to us for my all household works. So it could happen like that. We should think it in a positive way, not in a wrong way. Okay, how that Hollywood has put the pictures in front of us, not like that. Okay.
Yeah, Rushabh, thank you. Actually, yeah.
Yes.
So, ma'am, actually, you have
Uh,
just taken a new era. The
correct.
actually
Correct.
people are aware what the AI, what the
Yeah.
IoT, but you have mixed it. This too, no. So that's
Correct.
one new dimension for our participants. It's very interesting and
Yes.
very highly informative and very useful for them to
Correct.
proceed for
Correct.
that further learning. So
Yes.
I am very much thankful to you for bringing this beautiful information in simple language.
Yes. Yes.
That's why I am very much thankful. What to say?
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for sharing all your insights on a new dimensional topic, AIoT, artificial intelligence of things. So we are
Yes.
really grateful. Once again, thank you on behalf of IIT Pune chapter, Buds Engineering Academy and Civic Incubation Center. So
Yes,
with
thank
this
you.
note, we are really thankful.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Even I am very grateful that I got this opportunity to put it in front of students. It's a completely new era, very
Yeah.
interesting also. even you can get deep dive into it, and you will get so many things over here. So that was my suggestion to all students. Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, ma'am, again, once again. Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Thank
one
you, sir.
suggestion.
Thank you.
So participants today will stop it here again as usual.
Yes,
So
yes, sir. Just
yeah.
before that, I just wanted to tell the participants that the YouTube live links will be shared. So you can pause the videos and watch to revise all the concepts, and the PPTs will also be available on the YouTube live as well.
Yes.
Yes. So with this note, sir, should we end the session?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Thank you
okay.
so much, everyone.
Thank you.